Alright, we're going to restrain Hector for a jugular blood draw. If he's being a very cooperative boy, I can just hold his front feet in position. I've got his butt tucked into my arm in my, kind of like your little football hold. And I go thumb on top of his head, and then my fingers are under his jaw, staying on the bony parts, so he doesn't feel like I'm choking him. Notice I've got my last two fingers tucked in, so I don't get stabbed by the person drawing blood. And I'm just going to extend his neck so that someone can access his jugular vein. Notice that he's not hyperextended in his neck when I do that. If I do this, it's very uncomfortable for him and makes the skin too taut against the jugular. So it should just be a little bit of a tipped up chin and extended front legs to make his neck a little bit longer. I could also stretch him over the edge of the table if he was getting a little more squirrely. To do that, I have to use the hand to hold his feet that's closest to the edge of the table. I'm going to grab just proximal to his carpi, again with my finger between so I'm not mashing his joints together, controlling his head first. So I've got his head, again thumb on the top, fingers under his chin, I've got his feet, and then I'm going to bring his front legs over the edge of the table, and I can even lean into him a little bit if I need to help with some wiggles, and then the person could access his jugular vein there. The other thing we can do is a side jugular. So I'll get him in lateral, again controlling his head first. I've got my thumb on his jaw, my fingers over the top this time. This is nice too because if he gets a little spicy, I'm right here to scruff him. You can't scruff when someone is trying to draw blood from the jugular. It makes the skin too tight, but I at least know that I can maintain control of this cat. So thumbs on his jaw, fingers over the top of his head. I'm holding his front feet extended out of the way, again with my finger in between his legs. I can get my forearm against his back and have pretty good control of him so that someone can access his vein there. Notice that I have my forearm over his back right foot. If I left it like this, I'm at risk of getting kicked and scratched. So I always go over like this.